Buddy, I crush regardless. Come with us as we delve deeper into the mind of Brent on episode 2 of Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club here on AfterBuzz TV. We're going to Mykonos.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Why do we need the light things in this studio? Boom! We need disco, techno, rave.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens on Mykonos, ladies.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this amazing show. I love Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club. This is turning out to be a breakout hit of the year. I'm your host, Mike Thieling. We are going to talk about everything that happened this episode, a lot of Brent stuff. We're going to get in, of course, to the shadiest moment of the episode, of which there are a ton. We got some cool news. But first, I can't do it without my amazing panel. To my left, Jessie Zahner. What up, Jessie?
Hey guys, how's it going?
And further to our left, of course, Maddie Pocks. What up, Maddie?
How's it going, guys?
Guys, this is, it just continues on and on.
Yeah.
The amazingness of this TV show.
Yes.
What did we think about this episode?
I actually was really excited about it because last episode was good, but I was like, I don't know if this show after one episode can withstand time. It may be one season and we're done, but now after this episode and how strong this was and last episode, I'm like, I could watch this forever.
It's got legs.
And never get sick of this.
Yeah.
I love it. Even the parts I don't like, I like. You know what I mean? Brent, but But
yeah. I thought in the first episode that Gabby would be kicked off, and now I'm like, Brent, what are you doing? But there's some drama, and there's so much more going on than I think the first episode. So this one was
exactly.
good.
It's a really good follow because in the beginning, obviously, the first episode, it's a kind of a teaser, right? Okay, we're just getting into it. They've got to hit us with some cool stuff, and you almost expect a lull to come on to the next episode. But no, this I think is amazing. And I think the first thing I want to jump into, because guys, we're going to talk about Brent, the entire episode, right? Okay. But I just like to start out with something I think is amazingly consistent from the first episode, and that's Lindsay.
Yes.
Lindsay herself has been my biggest surprise of this show.
I totally agree. I feel like I was a fan of her when she was doing Parent Trap and Mean Girls and Freaky Friday. She was just a great actress. I loved her. And then she went off the deep end and I was really worried about her. And now that I see her on TV, she just has such a good vibe and mindset. Right. She's so positive. She just wants to make everybody happy. She's made some mistakes in her life and she's grown from them and she's becoming a new person. And I love who she's becoming and I'm becoming a huge fan.
I never expected her to be so business first, so professional, and also so caring at the same time. The juxtaposition at the end where all the ambassadors are partying and they go to Lindsay's house and she's just cooking fish with her friends. Yeah. Maddie, you ever expect that?
She's smart. She said a quote once and it was I don't need to party anymore. It was something along these lines because she was like, I've been to every single party, so I'm done. So she's really smart about this because she's like, okay, I can still do the show and I can be a bystander watching other people party and I can still promote my business. So she's really killing it. And she's just so calm and collected. And then she doesn't show herself partying. Maybe, I'm sure she's sober and whatever, but maybe she just keeps that out of the show, which is smart for once. So yeah.
Did we ever expect her to name drop Oprah?
Yeah.
On this episode?
I did not.
She's like, it's super casual. I just call Oprah when I have any questions or concerns about anything. It sounds like a pretty good friend to just dial
Oprah,
up.
Yeah.
What would you ask Oprah if we could call her right now?
Oh my gosh, I would ask her so many things what do I do with my life? She's an Aquarius like me. How did she make it? What am I doing?
Now you're getting stalkerish.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Their sign. Maddie, one question for Oprah right now.
Are you proud of Lindsay?
Oh.
Or should I ask something about myself?
Well, yeah, you shouldn't waste your 1 minute with Oprah on Lindsay Lohan as much as we love Lindsay.
Give me a job.
Oh.
What would you ask Oprah?
Yeah, what would you ask?
I think just for career advice.
Yeah.
As well, yeah. She's crushed it.
Help us.
Yeah.
Oprah.
Help us when you're looking to retire. Put in a good word for me. to host a new show.
Exactly. You would be great too.
Thank you so much. You guys would be great. All of you out there are amazing. We really thank you so much for tuning into our second episode here. Guys, this is only the beginning, but we don't just do Lindsay Lohan. We don't just do reality TV. All right,
Yes.
Jessie?
Hey, AfterBuzzers. Our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from drama, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit the subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know that you did in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
You guys have been super lively with this chat already because there's so much to talk about because this is an awesome show. Right off the bat, we got Lindsay. Lindsay's doing a great job. We're into the next day of work now, right? Right off the bat, Lindsay holds this little meeting where I thought was really awesome. She wanted everybody to write down their kind of goals and aspirations. I think a little bit self-serving because she wants to see where everybody's head is at, specifically for working with her brand, but also just like a good goal-setting stuff. I mean, I do this kind of stuff, right?
No, I totally agree. I think it's good for her to, because like you said, like she's doing it kind of for herself, and I agree, because you want to know that if you're working with people, they have the same mindset as you. But also just because, I mean, these people are like brand ambassadors. They're, you know, helping sell stuff at this beach house. But like she's saying, like, what are your goals? What other things do you want to do? Because you don't want to be in the spot forever. And I think that's so important to continue to always move forward. And that's something really nice to look for, like when you're looking for a job and like you have a boss, you want to know that they have, you know, your future goals in mind as well, and they're helping you get there. So I just thought that was so nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. You goal set over there, Maddie?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked how she did that, but it's also like how, like, most of them are there, no offense to her or anything, but a lot of them are there to, you know, get themselves further. So how can she really, like, people can jot down and write down what they're there for, but you know, everyone's kind of there.
Getting some a little exposure. We got it. We got it.
How can she really, but it was really funny how she did it though, because she kind of was like, don't like this one, don't like this one. So it's not like she was like, oh, you know, whatever, and was being too nice. So
I like that. I like that that she's helping them focus in and kind of go for it, because you can get a lot of very valuable, relevant experience, even if you're trying to really launch yourself into a different kind of career with what you're doing here. Now we get some of the most fun of the episode because we get our new VIP Cabana guest. I guess it's going to be every episode.
Yes.
It's going to be a new VIP Cabana guest. I need to read this because I did not catch Panos on his first read-through of this gentleman's name. So we have Lakis Gavalas, a former designer. He rivals Panos for cool hats, right? And he's going in the Cabana. Now, Panos, he tells Aristotle that he's going to be heading up to Cabana, and the beginning of the kind of downfall for the episode, Brent is assisting. And then Brent just starts to lose it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, okay, as soon as the VIP host walked in, I was like, okay, this is becoming like a game show almost. It's like whoever can pamper the VIP guests the most and like look good to them. And so I was laughing about this. And then it was like, Aristotle, he's a little bit more shy than Brent, obviously, and he's trying to do his best and impress everyone. And obviously he's going to wash his feet if this guy is asking, you know, can you wash my feet? Because he's spending so much money.
Right.
So I didn't think that was wrong.
This I didn't get this at all. This was a crazy mixed message, right?
Right.
Panos obviously gave Brent a lot of attention and good stuff last episode for basically hooking up with the VIP client, right? But Brent acted as if, you know, they asked Aristotle to kill somebody and he shouldn't do it. We just said wash his feet. To me, I thought, isn't that kind of what happens at a massage parlor and at other kind of beautification, you know, spas and things like that? It didn't seem like a big deal to me. Would you wash your feet?
Right. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Especially after
it's
what
your
happened last
job, right?
episode,
I
right?
Yeah,
Well,
he
yeah.
hooked up with someone. So it's
Right.
like, would you rather wash someone's feet or hook up with them?
Well, exactly.
I'd probably rather hook up with somebody, but I mean,
Just like the producer said, well, like, weren't you making out with the last
yeah.
VIP that was there? Which is a good point. Like, he's saying, like, don't do this. You're degrading yourself by doing this. It's like, you were like in the dressing room with this girl and making out with her.
But then Brent's response to that was that she was spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Of course, this guy is spending a lot of money
Right.
too.
Yeah. I know.
And he just wants to
I
do
don't
funny,
understand.
silly acrobatics.
Right.
And he doesn't want dirty feet and wants his dogs taken care of.
Right.
I think that's pretty common if you're at a beach club. Like, someone can wash your feet if you're in the sand, or like at least
Yeah.
hook you up with a way to do it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
I
it's-
mean, I was
bad
pretty
request.
shocked because it's like, who thinks that that's going to be part of the job? But I guess you just do whatever.
They're kind of rolling with it,
Yeah.
but not Brent. He actually runs off.
Yeah.
So he kind of storms off, doesn't do the rest of his job. And Aristotle, do we think a little bit tattletale? Kind of went right away to Panos and saying, look, this guy is rubbing everybody the wrong way. And immediately Panos, I think he recognized it as well and concurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're both tattletales, though.
A little bit.
'Cause-
Panos too?
No,
Or
no,
Brent?
no. I mean, Brent.
Yeah.
Because he'll run to, Panos all the time, as we saw during the end as well, and just kind of complain about everything and everyone. So,
Yeah, I mean, I like Aristotle. I actually really like him a lot. But I wouldn't have done that. I would have just, I mean, if you're doing the right things and somebody's not, it will eventually come out. You know
They're
what I mean?
gonna notice.
So just like, you don't have to go around telling Panos,
Right.
telling Lindsay, like just whatever.
Because then Panos goes to Lindsay and
Right.
talks to her about it, and it becomes kind of a big thing, and you kind of have a cloud over you.
Right.
Which obviously that mojo or whatever transferred right as soon as they went back home. Because now we're done with the day, right? Now it's supposed to be the time for relaxation. We see the Brent and Sarah kind of storyline continuing on too. At this point, let's judge like pre and post, okay? At this point, what did we think about Brent and Sarah? And then also Billy, who finally makes an appearance this episode,
Yeah.
who obviously he has feelings for Sarah, but he's kind of saying, I'm kind of stepping back and letting her make the first move. What did we think of these guys pre-Brent blow up?
I think Billy's really smart because he's kind of like, okay, Brent's had himself all over the place with the two, like the episode before and then now, and he's just, making not a fool of himself, but a little bit. And he's just kind of like the nice guy who gets himself in there. And Sarah's like, oh, okay. So he was smart to do that, but I don't know. What do you think?
I thought she was going to go for Brent and like totally blow this guy off. I
Really?
thought she was like all about Brent. She didn't want anything to do with this guy. So I was surprised that she was like, oh, you're actually like more my type. But
Yeah.
that's just my thoughts. That's not what I would do per se. Like Brent is driving me nuts. So
I mean, can we agree that Billy is obviously more sincere?
yeah,
I think,
feel like
as
yes.
measured. But
Yes.
but from what you were thinking, Jessie, it sounds like you thought she was going to go more for like the bad boy versus what she should do.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like that?
Yeah, because she said like you're more my type. So it's like, okay, so you're going against what you like
Right.
for this guy. And they already had like the thing the first episode and she's already like talking about him. So I just thought she was gonna go towards Brent more.
And how serious can these
Yeah, it's been,
relationships
like, 2
be?
days,
Yeah,
right?
it's been a day and a half or
Yeah.
something, and they've been drunk the majority of the time.
Yeah,
right?
online, Ray L says Billy with heart little eye. It's like a little heart eye emoji.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can agree that Billy
Yeah.
is
I think
better
probably
off here.
everybody would
Yeah,
think that, right?
I think so, for sure. I also wanted to point out they kind of started that storyline, but then we went right into Truth or Dare,
Yes.
which is always a fantastic idea with the alcohol flowing, right? This is always a good idea. We saw a couple of things. We saw Aristotle again getting crazy, breaking out of his shell because he said in the beginning to Lindsay that he had a little social anxiety. So we saw him do a naked lap around the pool and he was going to chug a beer. And then Brent can't keep his nose clean this episode,
Oh my gosh.
right?
He's just like, he's
Goes to Sarah and asks, what girl here do you like the least? It's just to stir stuff up.
yeah,
And he
he's-
even says that.
Right. I love stirring stuff up.
Yeah, he's just a attention seeker. Like, he's a little bit of a narcissist, I think. Like, he needs to stir stuff up, and when it's all the attention's not on him, he just loses it. Like, he just needs to.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, he's got to bring it right back on him.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And you get a little bit more stuff going on with Sarah. And then Sarah kind of goes back and has a little caucus with all the girls and tells them what's going down.
Right.
Janita had the best comment that she should just go on 2 dates.
Yeah. Right.
It's true.
Yeah, get a taste of both, right? But then, what did you guys think about this? I have a feeling this is coming back to Shadiest moment of the day. Almost immediately, Jules runs off with Brent and tells him exactly what happened.
Why would you do that? That pissed me off. I was like, if I was Sarah, I would be so mad right now. Like,
It's immediate. It wasn't even thinking at all. Brent, they
Right.
busted in that little round table, and they immediately left, and she told him.
mind you, I mean, like, first off, like, girl code, don't do that. Second, like, Brent last episode just said, like, you were basic and, like, he was never interested in you, which is, like, just, like, stupid. Like, you didn't need to say that.
Right.
Just keep your mouth shut.
Right.
So, like, why would you go tell this guy? Like, you're closer to him? Are you trying to, like, I don't get it.
She's trying to hook up with him.
You think so?
Yeah, that's
Really?
that's a thing. It's like, well, not like I've done it.
That was the least convincing.
Like,
You think he's trying to spoil him on Sarah so that she can move in?
yeah, because she's probably, intoxicated, and then she's trying to kind of go after him to make her seem like she wants her to seem less like interesting, or like that he won't like her as much. So she's
like
going
trying
after
to prove him wrong or something.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
so-
a challenge.
Yeah, and then he's kind of like, oh, I don't like her as much. I'll go for you, and they're all just drinking and
I
stuff.
mean, I
so.
didn't think about that, but it makes sense. Why? There's no other reason to just take him away and talk about it right off the bat.
But the thing is, Sarah wasn't mad at all. Like, I'd have been like, why the hell did you do that?
Yeah.
Now you're just stirring shit up. But, like, Sarah didn't seem to care.
Or we didn't see it. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
that-
odd too.
right.
I would be pissed.
Yeah.
In the moment, it's not like she was there with the camera, so she
Right.
didn't know what happened until she probably watched the episode
Well,
after.
do you remember? She was like, oh, I want to go here. So she was, like, listening to Billy and Brent have that talk.
And that happened right after.
Right.
Right. Brent immediately goes in to confront Billy.
Right.
And to his credit, I thought Billy was real cool about it. He was like, yeah, cool, let's go
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, unbeknownst to Brent, all the girls in the house are like hiding around the corner, listening to what he has to say. And he just absolutely, first of all, sorry, this is not at all the way I thought this conversation was going to go down.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Brent was really going to like bow up and like
Yeah.
get away from my girl. Like, I had her first, Sarah, whatever. But he totally says, forget it, just take her.
Yeah.
I don't even want to fight. Plus, she's ugly. I'm not actually attracted to her. All the other girls in the house are twos at best. I'm not attracted to any of them. She is just the least ugly in a sea of ugly women.
Oh, my God. I know.
That's not alcohol talking, right, guys?
I mean, I don't know. I think I think he feels like less than because she's even thinking about Billy as an option.
So super insecurity.
And yeah, so he's
Super
like, instead
insecure.
of like looking like I'm not the winner in this situation, I'm gonna just blow her off so she doesn't have a choice to like diss me.
Right.
And I'm just gonna go off the deep end and just say I didn't want her anyway. She's a 6 or a 5 in this sea of 2s, and they're all ugly and whatever.
Does it get any more childish than that?
Yeah,
Well,
he's
never
super
mind. You don't like me, so you're ugly, and I never actually liked you. He was all about her. Like, who's he trying to hide this from?
Yeah, he's just like super insecure and
Yes.
narcissistic.
Oh
'Cause
my gosh.
He could have just said, oh, we'll see which one she likes, or like, I don't know what a guy to guy
Right.
would say to each other, but
Yeah.
he's so childish. Like, he literally was like,
Well, in last
Screw all
episode,
them.
we saw like a picture of him from back in the day, and
Right.
like so I wonder if like past experiences make him feel this way, so that's how he acts now. So he puts on this front, like Joseph Boza he's in the chat with us today, and he says, Brent's making me want to puke. He has that any girl
Yep.
he has that any girl can sleep with me if they want to type of attitude. And I agree. I think he's like going above and beyond to make himself seem like, oh, I'm this like attractive guy. I could get anything I want. Like, it's no big deal. But like deep inside, like this is hitting like deep down emotion.
He's super
that he-
overcompensating
Yes,
for
exactly.
his insecurities.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He just keeps going for the whole night. They dump some alcohol on him, but probably the wrong move since he wanted to ingest more alcohol.
Yeah.
It just seeped into his pores and he kept drinking. He ends up throwing up on the side of the road.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, he does that, not like throwing up or anything, but he's always trying to compensate when he's working as well. Like, it's like he's always trying to prove himself.
Right.
Extra, extra, extra.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that I believe last episode I predicted that Brent was going to be fired first.
Yeah.
Did I not?
I think
Yes,
you
you
did. I know.
Brent is psychically helping me out with our predictions going forward.
Banana Boom set is in the chat as well. And
Yeah.
Banana Boom, whether it's a girl or guy, I'm not sure, says,
It's a good name.
yeah, Brent is treating people how he used to be treated.
Yeah,
That's
I can see that. I mean, I feel like that's a really common thing with people, especially if you've had some kind of negative situation going on in the past and you kind of
Yeah.
grow up and grow into that. And he's masking stuff
Yeah.
probably.
It's so sad.
Yeah. So he's wasted. He's obviously hungover. We get to the next day of work. They're all kind of rallied around again, and he's not feeling good. We get a staff meeting, and right off the bat, Panos, to his credit, sticking to his guns, said that Aristotle did a great job with the VIP host and that Brent did terrible.
Yep.
I was proud of him for that. Like, he's all about that business too. He's
Yeah.
not playing favorites. He's calling it like he sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do we love Panos?
I love Panos. Like, I love him. I want to work for him, with him. I want to be his best friend. I just think he's great. He's so funny. And he's just awesome. Like, he called him out, and he wasn't afraid to.
And he spoke Greek today.
Yes.
That was cool.
It was so cool. He's so awesome.
His outfit at the end, too,
Oh
when
my
he's coming into the
God.
meeting.
That was
with
magic.
Brent.
That jungle,
so
like,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Dude is on point for sure.
Yes.
And then just to wrap up the episode, and I really wanted to see what you guys thought about this move, because it does take a lot of courage. It takes a lot of guts. I think Brent is obviously a very confident, overconfident perhaps guy, but he goes to Panos in the end and basically in his confessional said, I can make more money for this club than man. And essentially the whole episode, he's been trying to slide in there as Panos's right-hand man or more of his colleague rather than his employee, and Panos is not having any of it.
Right. No, I agree, because Brent says, I'd rather work with you than for you.
Right.
Now, he said that, and I was like, okay, that's really cocky. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of get what he's saying. Because, like, you want a boss that you feel like you're working with.
Right.
And that's not barking orders at you. So I get it to some extent. But I think the way that he said it, it just comes off so wrong. And he's just, like, talking about all the other like ambassadors and
Right.
saying like, oh, I'm the one that's in charge. Oh, and my resume is so much better than theirs. It's like, come on, you don't know what these people have done.
So you understand it, but do you understand it on day 3?
Yeah,
This is day 3. So he hasn't proven anything to Panos or Lindsay for them
Right.
to want him to be in that position, right?
Right.
Yeah, I totally
Ew, what did I just do there?
I totally agree with you. Like, I think that maybe if he said that, I don't know, in a couple weeks from now, or like when they're really close, like everyone,
Totally.
then he can try and be, the other co-owner of the club, or try and get in closer with them and be best friends. But like, why would you say that day 3?
Right.
Like, you're just being...
I think with any new job or position like this, if you have higher aspirations, that's fantastic. Like everybody should, but put some kind of plan in place, even just with yourself, which is essentially what Lindsay was trying to do at the top of the episode, right? Let's see what all of our goals are and whatnot. She knows who wrote each of those pieces of paper. She knows what Brent was. It was very forward looking. It was, and she remember his was one of the ones she wanted to save.
Right.
So I would say she knows that. It's in her and Panos' head. He can make a plan to really execute on that and show, don't tell. I think there's no point in going to Panos and saying, my back hurts because I'm carrying everybody else on the
my
team.
gosh,
It's
I
like, come on, dude.
know.
They're watching you. They're watching everything you're doing. You hooked up with a girl in the cabana.
Right.
Like, you're not taking shots for anybody
Totally.
here, okay?
And the other thing is like, if you have that big of a problem of working for Panos, like you can figure that out in an interview, right? Like you can get an idea of what the job's going to be like. You can question them about how like their management style is, things like that. And you can figure out like, okay, these guys are going to be telling me what to do.
Right.
I'm not going to be, because he thinks he's coming in here. He left Win in Las Vegas to
Right.
come here and not just be another face in the sea or something.
Sure.
He said he wants to be like in charge, but like they never told you that that's what you were going to do, right? Like you're
Well,
just a brand ambassador.
And much respect, maybe he was the top dog at Win, and that's
Yeah.
awesome. And I'm sure he did a great job. I think he's a great worker. I think he's doing a
Yeah.
great job at what he does. However, we've all had instances where we've gone to new jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and if you started, which I have, started a whole new career, you're starting back at the bottom rung.
Totally.
If you were the like number one person somewhere else, it's not going to just immediately translate over
Right.
to that, especially when you're not going from a management role to a management role or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
a little humility.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Lindsay said. She was like, I know he was pretty big in Vegas. If he wants to be like that, then go home. So
To her credit, yeah, she
yeah.
seems totally cool with just cutting him if that's the way
Oh my
he
God,
wants
I
to
love
act,
that.
right?
Yeah, I loved that. That was so awesome. She's like, we'll just get somebody else. And she's right.
Do we want to start pounding the table when we have something very important to say?
Yes.
I thought Panos was going to lose it right there when we started pounding. I was like, here we go.
Oh my God.
One of these episodes, Panos is going to explode on somebody, right?
I can't wait. It's got to be Brent, right?
I also
gonna
want Panos
flip
to go
the
on a date
table.
with somebody too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think in fact, I thought that's who he was talking to when he made that phone call. And he said like, hi, baby, right? Or hi,
yeah.
honey.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, wait, what? But it was Lindsay. I thought, okay, cool. I thought we were going to get to meet somebody special right there. That was going to be pretty awesome. Such a good episode. I loved it. I love the way it's continuing the storyline. I like how they got a bunch of the characters that weren't in last episode in this episode. Any kind of closing thoughts before we get on to some of our juicy stuff?
I'm excited for next episode. It looks
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So one thing that I wanted to bring up is Ray L is in the chat, and
Yeah.
he said, "Now who's the weakest link?"
That's a great question because you could absolutely make a case that Brent is the weakest link. Because I think one of the things you don't want as an employee, especially if you're going to be a brand ambassador, you're going to be front facing to all these people, you don't want a roller coaster employee. I don't need you 10 awesome on one day and then just a complete waste. I'm not saying that he is, but
Right.
just to
And
really
walking
bottom out the
out.
next day.
Right.
I don't know what kind of Brent I'm going to get on any given day. You want consistency, I think, and then to raise the level of consistency.
The other thing I agree with that is Brent is because Aristotle was saying that like they're all trying to get along and they all seem like they do get along except for him. And he's stirring up so much drama. It's just going to bring the morale of everybody down. So I think it has to be him right now.
I think Brent's the weakest link, but they'd be kind of dumb to kick him off the show because he's making people watch. You know,
Right.
people want to know if he's going to get kicked off soon, and he's really stirring the pot. So if
He's making people watch,
fine-
but take a step back, and you might have the same opinion. But what would you think if we just took the TV show out of it and it was just the business?
I mean, he's good. He has experience, but he's difficult to work with. So I don't know. They kind of just have to see, I think, maybe
I
an
agree,
episode
yeah.
or two. And then if he's still giving people a hard time, then get rid of him. But if he's like, I don't know. If he's still there and he's doing good work and people can tolerate him, then keep him on for the ratings. I don't.
Yeah,
We'll
we got to see how
see.
much Panos comes back and is all about the
Yeah.
numbers and the productivity and what people have produced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, a lot of stuff happened today.
a lot of stuff.
This is the fun part, though, because, Maddie, you've got some fun, funky news for us.
I have some news. So, Lindsay Lohan went on Jenny McCarthy's show on SiriusXM. This was a couple days ago. I saw it on Instagram, IGTV, and there's a short clip. It's Jenny McCarthy discussing Ariana Grande's newest video, Thank You Next. And then obviously everyone knows that's the Mean Girls theme. And Lindsay Lohan is not in it. So they asked Lindsay, you know, did they ask you to be in it or what happened? And she said, no, I guess they never asked me, or I was in Dubai, or my publicist never got it. So it was kind of interesting.
What do we think about that? Obviously, there's plenty of camera equipment in Mykonos, in Dubai, everywhere she's at, they have access to her film some kind of cameo. Does it seem like a snub?
Okay. If Ariana Grande's publicist is getting a hold of Lindsay Lohan's publicist, obviously there's no that's not, the email's not going into spam folders. Obviously they can call each other up. I think that's kind of a lie.
When you first watched Thank You Next, were you disappointed that Lindsay wasn't in it?
I wasn't disappointed, but I was surprised.
Confused?
I was just like, okay, they got the other guy from Mean Girls. What's his actor name again?
I don't remember.
I always forget.
The guy who said it's October 3rd.
Right.
You know that guy.
So he's in it, and then they have certain other people, I think, and she seems kind of available, but I guess she doesn't live in LA. I don't know where they shot the film or the music video. So she seemed a bit awkward when she answered the question with Jenny McCarthy.
Maybe it was a little bit touchy.
See, I thought she just wouldn't do it. I figured they asked her and she wouldn't do it because, she's Lindsay Lohan and maybe she's just over the Mean Girls thing. I don't know, but I love the video. And the girl that is playing Lindsay looks like her in that.
I think if you're Lindsay, you definitely do it. I mean, it's too fun to not do it, right?
It's such a fun video, yes. And I thought also that maybe those girls are Ariana's good friends, and so she put them in, and they this girl wanted to be the Lindsay Lohan or something.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's what they did.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
They probably didn't even reach out to Lindsay Lohan, to be honest.
Oh my gosh.
She said that if she was in LA, she would have done it. But I don't know. That was her response because Jenny McCarthy kept asking and
Crying
on it, and she was just like, "It was cute. It was cute." She's just trying to get to the next.
Lindsay,
question.
we wish you were in the video. We want you to be in it.
Yes.
I know.
Guys, this brings us to my favorite time of the episode. It's the shadiest moment of the day.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones.
This is a Brent-heavy episode. A lot of crazy stuff went down. Maddie, what was the shady stuff that happened today?
Can I say it's when Brent passed out? There's so many. I think, just Brent all around. It's just him throwing people under the bus and just trying to, it's like he's trying to get into owning the club or something. I just don't trust him. But
You don't trust him?
I don't trust him. I don't know. It's like he's in it for the fame, but he wants something with the beach club.
Okay.
I don't know.
Jesse?
My shadiest moment is during the Truth or Dare. I think it was Billy that said to Brent, "I dare you to try and go all day without calling someone out on their shit."
I love this.
yes.
And then that was awesome.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Brent chugged a beer instead of doing this. He knows he can't do it.
I know.
At least he's self-aware. He was like, nah, that's never happened.
That was so awesome.
Where's the beer? I'll just chug it right now. That was great.
So funny.
Yeah. I'm going a little bit obvious. I'm going with Jules. Because I don't know how you just break up the girl circle and run away and tattle on Brent and what Sarah just told you. I thought that was crazy shady. And I can't believe it didn't come back to bite her, at least in this episode. Maybe in the future, but I can't believe it went unsaid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll definitely come back around.
Ooh, do you want to make any predictions for next episode? The music means we do.
Your AfterBuzz
Yes.
TV predictions.
We know something. Let me just toss this out there
Okay.
to start us off. We know a new roommate is coming.
Yes.
We know a new roommate is coming, and we suspect that there's a history with him and Mike.
His ex-girlfriend?
I think boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. That's
Or
right.
boyfriend,
That's what
yeah,
I was
I think
thinking.
boyfriend, because he said something about, sometimes you get drunk and things happen or something like that.
I think Brent's sticking around for a little bit. They want that drama. That's what I'll predict. I don't think anyone's leaving just yet, but obviously the new roommates, a little bit more drama. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, we saw that Brent was apologizing to Sarah. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll see that, but I don't think she's going to continue to be into him. That's what my prediction is, but I don't know if that's true. But I just don't see her, after seeing that, I don't know why anyone would be like, okay, I forgive you and I'm going to
I mean, Brent calling all the girls twos was a way low blow. I mean,
Right, who does he think he is?
I don't know how you really can come back from that.
Yeah. He's not He's not even a 2.
I'm going to give a light prediction. I think we're going to see a lot more from May because May is one of the kind of characters we've seen the least. Here's one last thing before we go because we got a little time. If you guys can make a prediction, who do you think are the first 2 people on the show to hook up?
I see Brent bringing home a lot of people. Because
In the house though.
in the
but
house.
good, but yes,
Okay.
because Brent's already hooked up with an outsider.
Yeah.
So fair
and,
enough. Yes, you're right.
you
But
know.
just housemates.
Well, obviously Billy and Sarah.
Okay.
That might be the first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the same.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah,
I'm going to go out on a limb. I
Yes,
think it's going to
please
be
do.
Mike and new roommate.
Okay.
I think they're going to like hook up and rekindle whatever they had that one night
Yeah,
right away.
Yeah.
Get drunk and like, ooh, somebody from back home that's not a weirdo and new.
Yeah.
Familiar?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't wait. We're
I
going to
can't
find
wait
out.
too.
Guys, it's been an awesome episode. It's a whole week we got to wait to see what happens with Lindsay. But
I know.
we are going to be looking for all your comments. Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Talk to us. Guys, before we go, where can they all find you?
Yes, guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at Athletic. Thank you to Ray L, Joseph Boza, and Banana Boom for joining us in the live chat. You guys were so much fun, so thanks so much.
And I'm Maddie Pocks. You can find me on Instagram at Maddie Pocks. Thanks, guys.
Guys, I'm Mike Thieling. You can find me everywhere at Mike Thieling. Have an awesome week. We'll see you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.